So this is for PSG versus Tottenham Hotspur UEFA Super Cup final, prediction and preview. So obviously this is before the Premier League season starts for Tottenham Hotspur. So it is the UEFA Super Cup first. I think it is the first trophy of the season, in my opinion. So Thomas Frank straight away is in the Super Cup against PSG for its first game as Tottenham manager. First competitive game as Tottenham manager, that is. And no one expected Chelsea to beat PSG, did they, in the Club World Cup final? I'm getting similar feeling here. I don't know why. I'm just getting similar feeling here. Obviously, I think PSG will beat Tottenham in this game. But don't be surprised if Tottenham do overturn PSG. Because if Chelsea can do it, then Tottenham can do it, in my opinion. With the way Thomas Frank is as a coach and the manager, sets his teams up really well as well. So I think he'll make it difficult for PSG, Thomas Frank. It depends how they set up Tottenham. If they set up with 4 at the back, they'll get beat. Simple as that. Just because I think Polo and Udodi, I do rate them as wing backs, but they're not good enough defensively as full backs, in my opinion. Christian Romero needs to use his head. Needs to use his head as well. Can be a headless chicken at times in defence. He's good. He is a good defender, but he just has them head loss moments, doesn't he? Van der Ven, I do rate Van der Ven. I think he's a quality defender for Tottenham. If they can set up with 3 at the back, Tottenham, I think they win. I think they're in within a shout of overturning PSG here in this game. Obviously, they're not an injury to Maddison, but I think they're still okay in midfield, Tottenham. They'll still be okay in midfield. Obviously, they are going to be without Son now for this season, Tottenham. For future seasons now. Heung-min Son looks like he's going to get MLS. I think that's where he's going. This is the right time for Son, isn't it? Because he was aging, wasn't he? He was aging. Quality player, quality forward, but he was just aging, wasn't he? And done at the right time. PSG, they are still looking to sign Savanani from Bournemouth, and Donnarumma's been in from the Nets from PSG, which I find interesting. I don't know why. Maybe PSG don't rate him in goal. Quality goalkeeper though, isn't he, Donnarumma? Well, he's good at most things, but there is a weakness in Donnarumma. Let's be real. He does like to put his Superman punch a lot, doesn't he? And but we know PSG on paper. I think PSG probably got the best starting 11 on paper, you'd have to say. As much I did have questions about Hakimi and Nuno Mendes as in terms of their defensive capabilities as wing backs. They've improved that game since last season. So now their quality fullbacks, Mendes and Hakimi as well. Hakimi, unfortunately, is in the news for personal reasons. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens in terms of that. But in terms of as a football player, quality fullback. Marquinhos, quality, never lets you down, does he? Never lets you down. Does a job anywhere on the pitch. Right back, centre back. Mostly centre back and defensive midfielder, isn't he, Marquinhos? Their midfield is quality midfield. João Neves, Vitinha, Fabio Ruiz, quality midfield. That is quality midfield, that one. One of the best midfields in the world. Just the perfect balance as well in that midfield. And obviously the forward line, Tavares, since he joined from Napoli, he's been balling out. Ousmane Dembele, Doué is just in the same category as Jamal, isn't he? I think he's probably the the next player to be up there with Lamine Yamal as probably the best player in the world, in my opinion, Dewey. So, I think it's a squad depth with PSG. I do look at PSG's squad depth. They could easily improve on that in terms of on the bench, because I don't wear Bartola, I don't wear Gonzalo Ramos, I don't wear them type of players, to be honest with you. So they could still improve in terms of players to bring off the bench at PSG. The dotted quality course stopped proving winner US Enrique. Obviously, didn't do well for them in the Club World Cup, did it? Well, in the Club World Cup final, didn't do well for them. I think PSG just won out of that, and I just think they just won out of that in the final, because they did play so many games that season. That's how successful they were that season, ending the Champions League route by winning the Champions League, winning the respective league as well, and they just played too many games, and the dust out in the final was as expected. They don't have obviously they would have had a rest now, and that's why I think PSG will win this game. Against Tottenham, I think PSG will now, obviously Tottenham will have the sharpness, because they would have had pre-season in their heads. PSG would have had a bit of a rest in the through their players, but PSG will be the more fresher team. So I'm going to go for PSG to win the Super Cup and beat Tottenham 2-0 in this final. I do think Thomas fans will make it tough for PSG. I just think PSG's quality will just show in the end, and I think they beat Tottenham 2-0 in the final. I don't agree with people saying, oh, easy PSG win, they don't wipe the floor with Tottenham. They may wipe the floor with Tottenham, but I just don't see it with the way Thomas Frank sets up his teams. So I think he'll make it more tougher for PSG, but I still think PSG will win just with the quality they got in the start 11. So I'm going to go for PSG to win 2-0 against Tottenham in the UEFA Super Cup. Feel free to leave your predictions down below in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.